As young people, have you ever been jaded by the constant ramblings and negativity of social media? Well, by the end of this speech, I hope to have persuaded you that fewer social media is better for younger adults and teens. Having said that, I feel as if we younger people should take intermittent breaks from social media for the following reasons. One, it keeps people from comparing themselves to others who they perceive to be better than they are. Two, this keeps them from being less productive. And three, it allows for there to be real interactions between people and lessens social anxiety. All of these factors are reasons why I feel as if our generation would benefit from taking breaks from social media every once in a while. For my first reason, I mentioned that not consuming extreme amounts of social media would keep us from comparing ourselves to others. This is because we would not constantly be bombarded with the flashy or bougie lifestyles of others, even though it may not be all it seems to be. According to MayoClinic.org, the following is stated about how social media causes comparison of oneself to others. Undergraduate college students showed that the longer they used Facebook, the stronger was their belief that others were happier than they were. But the more time students spent going out with their friends, the less they felt this way. This same phenomenon is also highlighted by the American Psychological Association, which goes as such. A large body of research cited in APA's health advisory suggests that using social media for comparisons and feedback related to physical appearance is linked to poor body image, disordered eating, and depressive symptoms, especially among girls. This goes to show how social media causes comparison amongst young adults, which does not help their self-esteem. Some people feel as if self-esteem is solely built by other family members and close loved ones, but with the ever-increasing digital connectedness of today's world, it has become much easier to be influenced by social media, whether it may be positive or negative. My second reason for the case for less social media for young adults is the yielding of less productivity. Unfortunately, the spontaneity of social media, as well as the anticipation of notifications, makes us unproductive and distracted, as we all want to know the latest news about friends, family, and celebrities at all times of the day. This causes us to get less done, as we are too focused on the lives of others rather than our own. According to verdict.com.uk, the following is stated about social media's effect on workplace productivity. Such frequent interruptions can disrupt workflow and decrease efficiency, as it takes time for employees to regain focus and get back on track. This displays just how effective social media are in distracting and keeping not only employees, but also students out of a state of focus on whatever tasks they must carry out. Also, it has been shown that social media affects productivity as it shortens the attention span that one has on specific tasks, making it difficult to complete said tasks. According to community.thriveglobal.com, the following is stated. Studies show that the use of social media greatly reduces one's attention span. In a test, heavy social media users found it more difficult to shift focus between tasks than those who use the platforms moderately. This is another example of how social media has the potential to reduce one's attention span, thus decreasing productivity and therefore the completion of important tasks. For my third and final point, I would like to share that decreasing the amount of social media that one uses is very important in fostering real person-to-person relationships. This is important, as it is necessary to establish true, long-lasting bonds between people based on common interests, the uplifting of one another, and the betterment of humanity altogether. Also, decreasing the usage of social media makes forming real-life relationships easier. According to medicalnewstoday.com, a study performed by Prince Sultan bin Abdulaziz in 2021 stated the following about the effect of social media relationships. During a 2021 study at Prince Sultan bin Abdulaziz University in Saudi Arabia, researchers found that more than half, 59%, of the 300 participants reported prolonged use of social media had impacted their social interactions, negatively affecting family relationships and friendships, while also making face-to-face communication more difficult. This displays that social media has the potential to affect real life relationships by making the interactions between people difficult outside of social media. To add to this, social media is also a breeding ground for sentiments such as jealousy, insecurity, and depression. According to WFLA.com, the following is stated about how social media can create the aforementioned feelings. Social media can also facilitate jealousy and insecurity. From liking an ex's photo to flirting with someone on Twitter, social media can be a breeding ground for mistrust and suspicion. This can be particularly damaging in romantic relationships where trust is essential for building a strong foundation. This shows that even though social media has done a great job at connecting us to one another, this digital connection does not come without its drawbacks. In conclusion, social media has both positive and negative effects, but unfortunately, those negative effects have drowned out the positive effects. Also, the adverse consequences of social media have forced us to become aware of how we as human beings have deteriorated our own condition and what measures we should take to reverse said effects. We must make sure that we reestablish truly unbreakable interpersonal relationships and place value on human interaction beyond the digital world. It is also imperative that we become conscious of our collective mental state as a society and how we should take immediate action to be able to reverse those effects and restore the moral and mental fabric of the world. Altogether, it is an absolute must that we use the social media platforms that we have developed for the betterment of human beings and to be cognizant of the effects of this digital marvel if we truly want to restore balance to the world.